So we've got a lot to cover because it seems Apex has got new servers, also EA has some weird plans for Apex, and a bit of Apex Mobile has appeared in main Apex. But first, the Power Sword. Now, the Power Sword's been out for a week and it was released as a universal heirloom, despite rumours saying it was gonna be a Newcastle heirloom. For the longest time, there were rumours and leaks that Newcastle was gonna get a sword heirloom, but there was no true substantial proof. Until now. You see, Mac the Boatman discovered that if you go into the milestone event and look at the stickers, there's a sticker of two hands holding the Power Sword. Nothing crazy, right? Wrong! Zoom into this image. It has the Newcastle logo on it. So it is now pretty much officially confirmed that originally the Power Sword was going to be an exclusive Newcastle heirloom, but they stripped the Newcastle logo off it and just made it a universal heirloom. And you know what? To be fair to Respawn, this probably made them a bunch more money, but it's a shame that this confirms that they decided to scrap a Legend-specific heirloom release, and it makes me think Legend-specific heirlooms are probably never gonna happen again. The last time we got one was Season 18 with Fuse's heirloom, and I just don't think that's gonna happen anymore, considering the fact that Respawn literally changed the Power Sword into a universal heirloom. This does play into a current rumor that's going around that Respawn are gonna change every single heirloom in the game into a universal heirloom, so if you already have the Wraith Kunai, you'll be able to put it on a legend like Pathfinder soon, or at least that's what the rumors currently are. If Respawn are actually going to do this, it's going to take a hell of a lot of effort because there used to be a glitch where you could swap heirlooms between different legends. I actually made Pathfinder hold Bangalore's heirloom, but this glitch highlighted a few issues as to why Respawn could not switch heirlooms between certain legends, and the main issue was a lot of the inspect animations simply glitched out or looked extremely disturbing when performed by the wrong legends. So Respawn are either not going to make every heirloom universal, and this rumor is just not true, or they're going to basically nerf the heirlooms when they aren't equipped on their main legend and remove a few of the animations. Still, if Respawn want to give me the ability to put my Bangalore heirloom on any legend I want, I'll take that in a heartbeat, and I really struggle to believe they'll do this without some sort of financial incentive, but let's wait and see. Rest in peace to the Newcastle exclusive Power Sword though. I guess this is all part of the plan. Although I do wonder if this voice line,
defender of the just and lifter of damn heavy swords,
was originally going to be a Newcastle heirloom voice line for the Power Sword. Moving on though, I did mention I realised there's a bit of Apex Mobile in main Apex right now. What do I mean by this? Well, you may be aware Apex Mobile didn't release with all of the legends Apex had to offer. So, with new seasons, they would release legends we already knew about. Like in their Season 2, they got Loba, in their Season 3, they got Ash, and when they re-released these legends, they had new art for them. This was the exclusive Apex Mobile art made for Loba, and this was the exclusive mobile art made for Ash. And you may recognise this art, because this season, Respawn decided to reuse this art in the main menu, I guess to represent that Ash rework. So this art that was made years ago just for Apex Mobile has finally made it to the front of main Apex. Hopefully that's not the last of Apex Mobile content that makes it to Apex. While we're in the menu though, let's talk about servers, because you might notice the server list has changed. They're not the same as the old servers, which has led many people to say Apex has got new servers. And this might actually be true. There were rumours that Respawn didn't renew their contracts with Multiplay, who were the providers of Apex's servers since the day the game came out. And this rumour could potentially be true, considering the fact that this is what the server list looked like a few weeks ago, before the rumours, and now this is what the server list looks like. It looks different, like there's new servers. This might just be Respawn bunching up all of the separate country and state servers into centralised servers, or they could have a new server provider. A few people have realised these new server names are the exact names of AWS servers, aka Amazon servers, so Respawn could be directly working with them, although Multiplay already used AWS anyway. Honestly, this server stuff is very confusing, but do be aware there seems to be something weird happening with the Apex servers right now. Do they feel better or worse for you guys? Although there's one thing I'm pretty happy to report on. Respawn accidentally left badges active in the April Fool's mode. The thing is, the April Fool's mode isn't just a special Mozambique's, but it has respawn tokens, allowing you to get way more damage and way more kills than you will be able to in normal pubs. And in yesterday's video, I told people to make the most of it, and trust me, people made the most of it. And I somehow managed to get 20 4 kills and a hell of a lot of damage without dying. Honestly, because the April Fool's mode is sticking around until next Tuesday, I have to tell you guys about the Kraber Mozambique. I said don't sleep on this yesterday, and I'm serious. I was absolutely going crazy with it yesterday. If you want to farm damage, this is it. I don't think Respawn realized how crazy a Kraber pistol would be with the new armor update, where you can pretty much always one-shot headshot someone, and everybody has less armor on average and takes more damage on average. This thing is a beast. I did manage to get the 20 bomb badge. This is my second one ever in Apex. And I got it in a mode with unlimited respawns pretty much. So don't tell anybody. But also, if this isn't patched by the time this video comes out, go try and get a badge. I feel like Respawn have given up caring about badges right now. I feel like the 20 bomb and 4K are basically like worth nothing. Maybe one day we'll see a set of new challenge badges come in though. There is a new feature though that you might see when trying to equip a badge, because if you go into the legend locker, you may see on the right there's this little button here. And essentially it's really hard to see, but it is new. And you can click it and cycle between your legends really quickly. I don't think anybody really asked for this, but it's nice to see a new little feature like this. And basically, no matter what section you're in, when you press the arrow, it will put you in the same section for other legends. In reality, I think Respawn added this to make equipping universal heirlooms easier. I swear, and this is why. Essentially, the only way you can equip heirlooms on legends is by doing it one at a time. And it's very monotonous. But because this button does preserve essentially what tab you're on for the next legend, you can go onto the melee tab on the first legends, equip the melee you want, which could be a universal heirloom, most likely, and be on the same menu for another legend. So realistically, I think that's why this feature's in here, just to remove the monotony of the item you've spent hundreds of dollars on. Hopefully not, but maybe. Keeping on Apex, EA released something very weird the other day. Essentially, they were showcasing this AI concept tool they have, and from what we've seen, it seems to be a tool that they let players make their own experiences in. I'm not sure if this is going to be a concept or just something to please shareholders. I'm not sure if this is ever going to be a real thing, but from their demonstration, we actually saw a few Apex things, like the ability to select Apex guns in this demonstration, and the ability to select Apex characters in this demonstration. Within the demonstration, they didn't actually select any Apex things. I assume what they selected are going to be Battlefield 6 assets, and I think this concept was created within the engine being used for Battlefield 6. It looks very similar. So I'm really not sure what EA's approach is going to be. I'm not sure if they want to make their games more creative and community focused like Fortnite, where the community can create game modes and maps, or they're just kind of doing this to please shareholders and kind of push concepts forward. Very strange little thing. They showed this at an Investors Day, and honestly, I'm left more confused than I was when I didn't know this video existed. Although the idea of being able to put every character from a Battlefield intellectual property into a game you've kind of like made up does seem cool. Although I'm not sure if this is ever going to be that. It's just EA did bring up the legends for demonstration purposes. Otherwise, it's just a normal day in the gaming industry. Not a lot makes sense, and that's about par for the course. Subscribe to keep updated though.